Okay, welcome back to another episode of Dad Can Cook holiday series. I gotta move this camera. How you guys doing today? Well, this is actually still the same day. I just did the stuffing, and we're going to move on to butternut squash. I'm going to make a butternut squash and apples that's going to be baked. And we're going to have that with our meal, and I'm also going to make a butternut squash soup to show you a cream of butternut squash soup as another dish you can make with butternut squash. Okay, so Madonna, so let's get started with that. And also spaghetti squash. We're going to take this spaghetti squash, we're going to bake this off, and I'm going to make this spaghetti squash with capers and cream and Parmesan cheese. That's going to go in a casserole dish also. Then, I'm not going to do all of this for you on the episode, but then I'm going to make a sweet potato with brown sugar and honey. That's going to go in a pie pan type of casserole plate. And at the end, we're going to bake marshmallows on top of that. And then I'm also going to do smashed potatoes. So, but first episode, we're going to do the butternut squash. Okay, so let's get busy with this, and I'm going to show you how we bake this off and how we make a butternut squash. Okay?
Hello? What?
Gotta cut these in half. They kind of smell and look like a pumpkin on the inside. Okay, they're very hard. You gotta be very careful that you don't slip with your knife and cut yourself. Okay, now what you do is you take your spoon and we're going to take the seeds out. Not a lot, there's not a lot of seeds here, but we're going to take them out. We're going to put them in our little garbage. I got my garbage right here. Okay, taking them out. They look like pumpkin seeds too, don't they? See that? Okay. I'm going to take all of them out. All of the seeds. Okay. And then what we're going to do after we take the seeds out, we're going to take them and we're going to put them face down in a pan. And I have another pan here because I knew these aren't going to fit. But you know what? Maybe I can cut them in half. Get them in the pan. You know, you gotta be creative when you're cooking. See if we can get all of these in here. Somehow. I like to get them all in this one pan if I can. Switch them around. The small ones with the big one opposites each other. Let's see how that's going to work. I'm one piece short. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this one. Try to get that in there sideways. Okay, got them in there, right? Now we're going to put water in them. We're going to put about 1.5 inches of water like so. And let me cut another one. You see, like I said, this is not the Food Network. So, you know, not everything's a perfect science when we're watching it here like this. So we're going to get them in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick them in the oven and we're going to bake them probably for about 25 minutes. Or until they're tender. Okay? So, this is ticking me off now. Okay, let's get them in there. Okay, let's get these in here. Now these are going to steam up and bake off. I'm going to stick these in the oven. I'm going to stick this in the oven now. Got my oven preheated at 425 degrees. And they're going in. Middle shelf. Okay, now I'm going to bake off the acorn squash. You do that in the same fashion. These are hard. Go right down the middle. See that? These have more of a seed in them. So we're going to scrape out the seed on these. Put that right in my sink. I'll clean that out when I go to a break. Okay. Take those seeds out. Just scrape them out. Okay, the beauty of this is when this is cooked, and you take it and you take it out of off of the rind, it comes out like angel hair pasta. So you'll see that after we bake these off. So let me get these potatoes off of this, and we're going to bake these bad boys. Same way with the water. I don't want to cut these ones up because I want to leave them whole. So when I scrape it out, I get some nice lengths of the squash, like the pasta. And these are going in the oven. Okay. So in the meantime, while that's baking, I'm going to start peeling potatoes, peeling sweet potatoes. You don't need to see me do that. When I come back from the break, they'll be coming out of the oven, and then we'll take it to the step from there. Thanks. Okay, I got the mashed potatoes. Okay, I got them all cut up. This is how I peeled them and cut them into this size pieces. They're going in the pan, in the pot. I'm covering them with water. You want to put your potatoes in water so they don't yellow on you. Okay, so when you're doing it. So I got a lot of potatoes here. This is going right on the fire. I'll show you the finished product of those when I'm going to put them together. Okay, so got that going. And now I'm going to do the sweet potatoes, and I'll be back when the sweet potatoes are done. Peeled and ready to go, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with those. Thank you. Okay, sweet potatoes all cut up and covered with water and going on the fire. Okay, when we come back, we're going to make the mashed potatoes. The sweet potatoes, I'm going to set them up and show you how we do those. And I'll have the squash coming out of the oven. Okay, I'm back. Alright, while I was gone, I trimmed the string beans. These are going to be string beans almondine. I'm going to blanch these off. Actually, I got to bring water to a boil first for these. And then, whoops, I got to bring water to a boil. And then I'm going to blanch them off, and I'm going to finish them tomorrow when we have our meal. And I'll show you that, because I'm going to show you everything that we're doing when we when it's going in and out of the oven. Okay, so I'm putting this water on the fire. In the meantime, okay, spaghetti squash. I got my string beans blanched off and chilled down. Put them over to the side. I got a 1/4 stick of butter in this pot. I'm going to put 1/2 quart of heavy cream in this pot. I'm going to put this on the fire. And I'm going to bring it to a boil and simmer it down a bit with that butter in it. Okay? And what happened to my capers? Here they are. And I got capers. They're going to go in with it. Now I need a fork. Here they are. And I got the spaghetti squash. Okay, there's a couple of seeds in there. I want to get them out. And I kind of want to show you this here. You take your fork and you go and you scrape it down and it comes out. See that? Scrape all of that out and it comes out like angel hair. So we're going to scrape all of this out. Very gently you do this. If you do it hard, it's going to just come out in clumps. So you just want to fork it down. Like so. See that? Right down to the rind. You get it all out. It's a little hot still. I'm working it hot. You can let it cool down before you do it. But I want to get all of this stuff done. It takes me twice as long to do this when I'm doing it for a show than when I'm doing it for myself. Okay, but this is... Now, this here is absolutely delicious with just some salt, pepper, and some butter on it, just the way it is, just like this. Very good. But we're gonna dress it up with cream and capers and Parmesan cheese. Okay. See that? I'm taking it out with a fork. Okay. Okay, so that's all the spaghetti squash. Okay. When I was in a restaurant, we used to serve this as an appetizer. We used to put it in portions, then put the heavy cream and the butter in the pan, bring it down and reduce it, then toss the spaghetti squash in it, throw the capers in it, toss it around and put it on a plate, and it would go out as an appetizer in a restaurant that I worked in Manhattan. Okay, now this heavy cream is boiling, so I gotta let that boil up, okay? And it's starting to rise. Let's see if you can get that there. See that? There it is. It's coming up. Here's the butternut squash. Okay, we want that to reduce. So we're gonna let that boil. This I want to show you start to finish. So it's gonna take a little time. Okay, let me see if I can get me over here too. Okay. We want that boiling up. Okay, I got my capers here. I'm going to open them up. I'm going to drain out all the juice. I'm doing that right in the sink here. You can't see it, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, I got my jar of capers. You go, see? Put them in. They're drained. Okay. Getting that reducing, and Parmesan cheese, about, I'd say a little bit more than half a cup. Going right in there. And I'm going to show you. Let me bring this back here. Let me bring this back. Okay. Whoa, it's hot stuff. Now you see this here? Nice and thick. Right? We're going to add, where's my spatula? We're going to add the spaghetti squash to it. Okay. Put that all in there. Okay. Don't want to mix it too hard because you don't want to break it up. So you get the fork and you mix it around with the fork. Like so. Okay, see that? It's looking beautiful. Taste it. Mmm. Need salt and pepper. Gonna about 3 tablespoons of salt, teaspoons of salt, 3 teaspoons of salt. Let me get a clean spoon here. Yes. That's good. Okay, pepper to taste. As much as you like. I only put a little bit in. Let everybody else pepper it up themselves. Okay, beautiful. And I'm going to put that in the casserole dish. I don't seem to have one here that I could use. Ah, here we go. This is what I want to put it in. This is very rich, so you don't take a lot of this stuff. There we go. Beautiful. Now that's going to bake in the oven. So I'm getting all my stuff done. So tomorrow, all I got to do is put everything in the oven. Do it. What I'll do is I'll cook the turkey first. Get that going. And when it's just about done, I'll put everything in the heat up. I'll have taken it out. Let it all get to room temperature. So it doesn't take so long in the oven. And then while my turkey's resting before I cut it, I'll have all of this in the oven. Okay? I'm going to clean this up when I come back, we're gonna make the butternut squash soup and the butternut squash and apples, okay? Okay, welcome back to Dad Can Cook. I got the butternut squash. Okay, I took it out of the oven and I drained them. So I have them all in the pan here. Okay, so I'm going to split these up because I'm making soup and I'm making a squash dish. And they come right off of the skin so easily. Very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna put, wow, look at this. Nice. Okay. Let's take that skin. Make sure you get the skin out. Right? These are going in for the soup in the pot here. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Hot stuff. Okay, putting it in there, and I could just peel the skin off like that. See that? Skin coming right off, leaving it right in there. Okay, so I got this squash here. I have a little bit of sweet potato left. I'm putting that in. Okay, putting that in there. I'm going to start off with a pint of chicken stock and about a pint of heavy cream. Okay? Back to the boat. The motorboat it is. Still a little bit too thick for a bisque for me. So I'm just going to add some more stock as I go to get the consistency that I want. Now you can do this to get the consistency that you want. If you like it thicker, you make it thicker. If you like it thinner, you make it thinner. I like it not so thick. Let's see. Let me get a spoon here. What do you think? I think I want it just a little bit thinner. Get the rest of my heavy cream. So that's just a half a quart of heavy cream and almost a full quart of chicken stock. And this should do it for us. I have no exact recipe. You know, and if you want to be a good cook, recipes are important to give you a guideline on how to make something. But really, the only true full recipe that you need to follow are like for baking and stuff. I mean, a little bit here and there doesn't matter in case of making a soup. Exactly what I want right now. That's exactly. What's that? Could you lower that, please? Okay. Okay. So now this soup is actually done. All you got to do is heat it up. And I just want to taste it. Wow. Wow. It don't get any better than that. Let me tell you something. All natural ingredients. It's really, really good. You can't get this better in a fine dining restaurant, I'm telling you right now. So, putting it on the stove. Not going to heat it up now. I'm just getting it out of the way. But that is butternut squash soup. Cream of butternut squash. Okay, now I have 2 apples, a Granny Smith and a Red Delicious. I'm going to peel them, but I don't want you to watch me peel them. So I'm going to peel them, and when I get that all set up, we're going to go to make the other dish that's going to be served with Thanksgiving with all of our other squashes and stuff. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I am back, and you are watching Dad Can Cook, and I am your host, Scott the GRILLMAN Grippo. Okay, so I actually have 4 apples, a Granny Smith, and 2 Granny Smiths and 2 Red Delicious. Okay, so I'm going to take these off the core, okay, like so. I don't want to get any of the core in there at all. Okay. 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 So now I'm going to cut them. Into chunks. Okay. Okay, and breaking it up into chunks. Into like a dice. Okay. It's going to be a little sweet, a little tart going into the butternut squash. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's all cut up. That one's cut up. Okay. Okay, almost there. Okay. Okay. Oops. Need a little piece of apple. Okay. I'll put them in the pan. Got them in the pan here. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar on the fire, on high. Okay, while that's cooking, let's get with the rest of our, see if we can get that, the rest of our squash. Okay. Take it right off. This falls right off the skin. Okay. Get that there. Okay, take that right off of the skin. Okay. Right off of the skin. Right into the bone. Take that. Okay. Let's get it all in there. Okay. Take the skin out. Make sure you get the skin out. You don't want to chew on that. Okay. Okay. See that? Basically, peel it right off. If you want to wait, I'll be done in 10 minutes. You'll go use the sink. Okay. My mother-in-law is going to make a cranberry relish for tomorrow also, which is going to be nice. Okay. All right. So, got this here. Okay, butternut squash is delish. Okay. I'm gonna put it in just like this. Let me taste that. A little salt. A couple of teaspoons salt. Shake it in there good. My hands are wet, I don't want to open it up. Okay. Okay. Mix that up. Okay. Now, this is what we're going to do. You see this here? I'm making it nice and smooth. Nice and smooth like so. Rinse my hands. Dry them off. I'm going to take that. I'm going to clean that rim like so. Okay? And then, when I get this apple, and the brown sugar, let me get that going over here. You can see that. There we go, we got the apple here. I'm cooking the apple down. You know what? I see that I need a little bit more brown sugar, so I'm probably going to use about another tablespoon's worth. Another tablespoon's worth of brown sugar in there. Okay, now I don't want to cook them too much because this is going to bake in the oven for about 20 minutes. Okay. Okay, we want to just get that all melted down. Okay. Okay, we'll let that cook for another minute. Back over here. Okay. Okay, so we got that like that, right? I got about 1.5 inches there. We're going to take our apples. We're going to pour them on top. Push them in. The first layer is going to get pushed in. It's going to get pushed into the mix. Okay? Push it in. Push it in. Okay? You don't want to go all the way down the bottom, but you just want to push it in. Okay? And the next one's going to go back on top. Like so. Roll that brown sugar goodness on there. Okay? Push it in. You want to push it down. Okay? Just so you could get the butternut squash coming up to the top through it. Okay? Beautiful. This is going to be a beautiful dish. It's one of my favorites. There you go. Look at that. Man. Okay. Now, I'm taking off the potatoes. Let me move these out of the way. Okay. So I have a strainer in the sink. And I'm putting the potatoes in the strainer. Draining them out. Okay? Shaking all that water out of them. Okay? Now, let's go back here. Now back here, putting them back in the pot. What happened to my machine? Here it is. Jen? What'd you do with the part of my machine? Do you know where that went?
Is it in the sink? The one that goes with the...
Okay, I got it.
You got it. Thank you.
Okay, gonna get out my machine. I'll plug it in. Okay. We're gonna use the blade. Okay, let's see if we can get that up there. Okay, I got a stick of salted butter. I gotta get this whole thing in here. I got a stick of salted butter. That's all I got, so I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna chop it up. And that means I won't put that much salt in this, being that I'm using the salted butter. Okay, so I'm dumping that in. And I got half and half. I should have had these open already for you guys, but sorry. Okay, and putting in about a third of a quarter, half and half to start. Now, this is going to be my mashed potatoes. This is one of the best investments you can get. This emulsifier. Look how smooth and creamy those are. So, I'm going to put in about a couple of teaspoons of salt. Good. Pepper. As much as you like. This is all taste. This is all for taste. Okay? You just want to get it going and then let everybody else season it. Okay? And here's my dish that I'm going to bake them in the oven with. Okay, I have some left over here, and I'm going to put that in another container, put it in the refrigerator, but tomorrow I'll put a couple of pats of butter on top of this and bake it in the oven when we serve it, and I'll show you that also. Okay, sweet potatoes in the strainer. In the strainer they go. Okay, they're very soft, and that's what we want. Okay, we strain them, straining them out in the sink, back in the same pot. Okay, here, what we're going to use here is honey. You know what? I'm going to take it off. We're going to use about 4 ounces of honey. Brown sugar. We're going to put in about half a cup of brown sugar. Okay? Half a stick of butter. And I should have had this ready for you, so I apologize. But, okay, doing it as quick as I can. Chopping that butter up. Okay, half a stick of butter. Okay, got my trusty machine. This is good. I love this stuff. I'm going to put this on a tray. In a pan. Not in a pan. In a serving dish. I'm going to bake it in the oven. And right before it's done, I'm going to put marshmallows on top of it. And put it under the broiler until they start to melt. And then we're going to pull it out right away. And it's going to make like a crust on top, a marshmallow crust. Okay. Okay, that's a beauty. See that? And okay. Okay, look at that. Fits in there perfect. We need to make a rim so the marshmallows don't fall off the top. Okay? Okay. See that? Just take a little of that off. Okay. There you go. That is so good. Okay. This is going to get wrapped up. I'm going to put this in the fridge until tomorrow. Okay, and I'm going to put the marshmallows on top and bake in the oven, then put the marshmallows on top and brown them. Okay, so we got that done. So I have the mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes. I'm going to blanch the string beans right now. The water's boiling for those. They're going to only take about 3 minutes. And then I'm going to take them, chill them down, put them in the fridge. And then tomorrow I'm going to saute them up with some almonds, some like string beans, almondine. and I'm gonna lay them out on a tray, and we're gonna do everything is done for tomorrow. I have my turkey broken down, ready to go. That's only gonna be an hour in the oven. I'll have that. That'll be set up. I just gotta put it in. Okay, when that turkey comes out, all this other stuff is gonna go in for 20 minutes, and everything is gonna be done. And I'm gonna lay it out, and we're gonna self-serve. I have the string beans. We're gonna do them almondine. I'm gonna saute them up. It's 5 minutes. But all of the hard stuff is done. All of the heavy cleanup is done, so I can actually enjoy my company. And the leftovers, all we gotta do is heat them up. So I'm glad that I was able to get this this video to you, and I'm so glad you watched. And I just want to thank you again for tuning in to Dad Can Cook. And I hope you enjoyed the episodes. So have a great holiday season, and I'll catch you on the other side. Bye.